Carolina This Week with Tim McGinnis.
Good morning and welcome to Carolina This Week. This week we're going to continue talking to the people that want to fill U.S. Congressman Tom Rice's seat on the Horry County Council as council chair. One of those people has already served on council before. His name is Mark Lazarus, and he joins us this morning to talk a little bit about his candidacy. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, this wouldn't, if elected, this wouldn't be your first time on county council. You served before.
Yes, I served back in, I believe it was 2002 to 2006. I actually served as vice chair the last year of my term.
Now, I suppose that some people may ask, why would you want to go back?
Yeah, I've been asked that a few times, but I just, I have a lot of unfinished business. I think there's a lot going on in our county right now that I can bring my business background to help solve some of these problems. We got, problems with roads. We've got problems. We need jobs. We've got a high crime rate that we really need to attack. So there's a lot of issues out there. I love serving the people. I love being part of Horry County, and I think I can offer something to help.
Now, Congressman Rice stepping down about halfway through his term, his biggest priority was bringing jobs to the county. And to do that, he really kind of spearheaded redoing the Myrtle Beach Economic Development Corporation, well, giving it a new name,
yes,
bringing a new director in, that type of thing. How important would bringing jobs to the county be? Would it be the most important issue, you think, and how would you go about doing it? And what kind of jobs?
Yeah. Well, it's obviously top priority. We've got a lot of possibilities out there. The types of jobs that I would be looking for is similar to what they're doing now, but others. I think we need to do a better job coordinating and communicating with Coastal Carolina University and Horry Georgetown Tech. At Coastal Carolina University, they have one of the top marine wetland science programs in the country to do research. We could actually become a mini research area utilizing the college right here and using the Atlantic Center. I believe once we have that, we can get more businesses that will locate here to be able to use that research and then be able to study and use Horry Georgetown Tech and the college also. So I'll be going after businesses like that, but also with our new airport, we have the new ITAP park that we haven't even started with. You've got Boeing. Hopefully they're going to get the Dreamliner issues straightened out. We can utilize and bring people in that could be support services to Boeing. So there's a lot of opportunities out there for us to do that. And we need to increase our tourism. I mean, if we can become a longer tourist destination where we're more year-round and bring in more events and more activities for the people to come to, then we could have better jobs for people that way too.
And this past week, the city of Myrtle Beach, they revealed a study that they've done about sports tourism and making sports tourism kind of a focus for the city. How could the county capitalize off of something like that? What types of things do you think the county is not doing now that it could be doing to get people here, either more people during the season or more people during the off season?
Well, I think the biggest thing the county is doing is I chair as of right now the Accommodations Tax Committee. And we select the Myrtle Beach Area Chamber of Commerce to handle the 30% money, which goes into the advertising pot to help advertise and promote Myrtle Beach. I think we're doing a good job. As the economy grows and more things are going to happen around the beach, I think we're going to be doing a good job to bring people in to our area with that. But we've got to continue to promote. I think it's a big issue. Jobs are definitely going to be on top of my list, but crime is the other. You asked the question a minute ago about, what are my top priorities? Well, jobs we need. But if we don't get rid of the crime, then we're not going to get companies that are going to want to locate here. So we've got to give our support services, our police, and all that they need to be able to respond and curtail this crime wave that we have here in Horry County.
Well, on crime then, Horry County has a new police chief. Are you satisfied with the job Sandra Rhodes has been doing?
Absolutely. I've met Sandra several times and have had several conversations with her. I'm very impressed with her. I'm impressed with the direction that she's wanting to go in, but she's going to need some help. She's going to need some council help. She's going to need some funding help. We have gang activity that's in Horry County that they have a gang task force, but they need support behind them to make sure that they have the funds to be able to do the job that they've been asked to do.
How about well, you're talking about spending money. How are we going to get money to spend? And I know you're a conservative, so I know what the answer is not going to be.
No, we're not raising taxes. I'm going to be very diligent with that. That's where my business background comes in. We're going to go through that budget with a fine-tooth comb. And if everybody remembers back when I was on council, I was a leader in that. I served on the admin committee, and I really went through the budget. I study the budget. I'm up to date on the budget, and I find money within the budget and help cut expenses. You know, government is growing. Let's see where it's growing and where it doesn't need to grow as much, and where we have extra revenues to be able to support these other services. Our employees at the county level, we got to protect them at the same time. There's a lot of issues going on with health care and with pension plans. I need to take my business background again. I've hired thousands of employees over the years, and we have health insurance for employees and benefits and things of that nature. I want to use that knowledge that I have to come in and help study it with the staff and with the rest of council, so we can all be players in this thing and hopefully work out a better solution for our employees.
It seems like you can't run for office in Horry County and not talk about I-73, so we need to talk about I-73 for a minute, because of course everybody wants I-73 here.
Yes.
Then Chairman Rice told me if he could just get the portion of I-73 built from I-95 to the beach, he'd be happy and almost consider it job done. How will you work to get I-73 finished, or get I-73 really off the ground and to the beach?
Well, we're going to continue in the same path that we're doing. We've got to get funding for it. We're going to have to go to Washington. We're going to have to go to Columbia, and we're going to have to beat the doors. It's not right that we continue to send all this money to Columbia and we're not getting our fair share back. I'm going to be an advocate for that. I'm going to work with our local delegation. I'm got good relationships with all of them, and we're going to start beating the drum even louder that we want more of our fair share back. It's not right that Charleston built a big old bridge in Charleston, but the state paid for it. So in essence, we paid for it. Same thing, they're getting ready to dredge their ports in Charleston. The state's paying for it from surplus money. We got none of that for I-73. Something's not right. It doesn't make sense. I know we can do better than we're doing in that. But as far as roads, we really need the southern connector on the south end of Myrtle Beach. I'm going to fight hard for that southern connector. That's not only for an economic development interest, but also from a safety standpoint, so we can get people out of here in case we do have another Sandy hurricane that comes in here instead of up north. We've got to protect our citizens that way and protect our tourists. Extension of Highway 31 so we can move people around. And then the old 501. 501 is a tragedy right now. We've got to do better. We've got to do more studies and figure out how to fix 501 to move traffic better.
There are also a couple others. Carolina Forest, one of the fastest growing parts of the county. People talk about wanting to see Postal Drive paved or wanting to see International Drive extended out to Highway 90. State issues, but do you think the county government needs to play a bigger role in putting pressure on the state to getting those types of things off the ground too?
Oh, absolutely. That's going to be another top priority. The Carolina Forest area has really been left behind when it comes to that. They've been promised that International Drive is going to be paved, but right now we're held up at the extension of 31 and the paving of 707 on a $4 million debacle with some kind of regulatory agencies. We've got to fix that problem. We've got to move forward. If we don't do anything else in the meantime, I'm going to use my relationships and go into the regulatory agencies so we can get International Drive passable. Postal Way's got to go all the way through past Tanger Outlet all the way in, so you got the interconnectivity. And then on Carolina Forest Drive, we just got to put some turn lanes in. And you know, maybe not necessarily right now 4-lane, but at least give them some relief when somebody's trying to turn left or right. They have a turn lane to get out of the middle of traffic so we can keep traffic flowing. All
right. Now, just so people know who you are, in case people are wondering, well, who is this guy, Mark Lazarus? If you're new here, you are owner of Wildwater and Wheels, and you also are a local businessman. You work with Waccamaw Land and Timber, and you've served on council before. So my last question I ask to every candidate, why should I vote for you?
Well, I'm a 36-year resident of Horry County. I've raised my children here. I have 3 beautiful children, 2 in college still, 1 just graduated. I have a wife of almost 25 years this coming November. We love Horry County. I love living here, and I want to be able to take my business background, my background of being involved in the community, serving on many task forces, coaching Little League football, basketball, baseball, just being involved and help the people of Horry County. We need to have a concerted effort between Myrtle Beach, Conway, Loris, Aner, Surfside, Green Sea, everybody around the entire Horry County area. We need to work together, because if one's healthy, we're all healthy.
All right. Mark Lazarus, candidate for Horry County Council Chair, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.